10 Sports Central will be going over a college football game preview and prediction on a game coming up in the ACC in Week 14. And this one's going to be between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Syracuse Orange, which both these teams have had very different seasons so far. On one side, you got Notre Dame, who's 9-0. It looks like they're on their way to the college football playoff right now, especially if they can win the ACC. But you've got Syracuse, of course, on the other side here, who's 1-9. It's been a brutal season all around for Syracuse, and they're just hoping for another win. But then again, we'll be going over a full game preview and prediction on this one here today, starting out with your team trends. And of course, Notre Dame beat North Carolina 31-17 this past week. That was a huge win for Notre Dame, especially considering the implications of the ACC that were in that game. But Notre Dame showed up really well. They got a big win there, 31-17 being your final score. Meanwhile, for Syracuse, they lost to NC State in a close one, 29-36 was the final score there. And it looked like Syracuse was possibly going to get a big win over an NC State team who's definitely been pretty good this year. So that could have been a huge win for Syracuse, but in the end, it wasn't meant to be. And their only win so far this season for Syracuse was against Georgia Tech back in late September. So it's been quite a while since Syracuse has won. They've lost 7 straight games. Meanwhile, Notre Dame is the second-ranked team in the nation. They're 9-0 with a 9-game winning streak. This game's going to be on Saturday, December 5th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern in Notre Dame. So the Fighting Irish will be the home team in this matchup. Spread currently says Notre Dame by 33, so they're a very heavy favorite in this matchup. ESPN FPI's got Notre Dame 98%, so pretty much the FPI is almost guaranteeing a win for Notre Dame in this matchup. Vegas prediction is also going with Notre Dame here, 42-18 being the current projected final score. Here's your stack comparison for this one as well. Notre Dame's got 36 points per game, 16 points allowed. They got 234 pass yards a game as well as 229 rush yards. Then for yards allowed, they got 218 passing and 85 rushing. So all around, Notre Dame is very good on both sides of the ball. I mean, 234 pass yards a game is pretty impressive out of the Fighting Irish. Same thing with only allowing 85 rush yards per game. This rush defense for Notre Dame's been very good all season long, and it's definitely going to hold Syracuse to at least under 50 rush yards this game, because obviously Syracuse is not very strong in the rush game this season. They've got 17 points per game, 31 points allowed. They got 172 pass yards a game, 78 rush yards, and then for yards allowed, they got 251 passing and 201 rushing. So Syracuse allows a lot of rushing defense, because I mean their rushing defense has allowed 201 average rush yards per game so far this season, which that is a good sign for Williams right now on the Notre Dame side. He's been their top running back, who's got 900 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns. So he's had quite a year. I think this could be a big game for Williams on the Notre Dame side. I mean, if they can just run the ball, or if they were to just run the ball the entire game, honestly, Notre Dame would probably get the win. I mean, this is a very talented Notre Dame team on both sides of the ball. There's no doubt about that one there. Here's some key points for this one. Notre Dame controls their destiny to make the college football playoff, no doubt on that one there. But obviously, you don't want to take a bad loss in this situation to Syracuse, because I mean, Syracuse is 1-9. They're obviously not one of the more skilled teams in the ACC, but I still think Notre Dame still has to pay attention to every game. I mean, you don't want to slip up here and give up your college football playoff hopes to a 1-9 Syracuse team. So Notre Dame still needs to be prepared for sure. They still need to come into this game thinking that they're going to be a good team. But obviously, Syracuse has nothing to lose at this point, and they've really had nothing but struggles this season. I mean, that's kind of the truth, obviously, with a 1-9 team here in Syracuse. And honestly, Notre Dame here, I mean, you got to watch out, because Syracuse, I think, is going to throw pretty much everything at Notre Dame that they've got this week, because this is pretty much the last game of the season for Syracuse. And so, or it is the last game of the season for Syracuse. So you got to consider that. And also, I mean, like Syracuse, once again, they don't have anything to lose. They're probably going to throw everything that they've got at the Fighting Irish in this matchup. It would not surprise me if that were the case. But Notre Dame is heavily favored, and I still think Notre Dame, I mean, they've got a great chance to win this game by a big margin too. I think Notre Dame all around is just the stronger team. They're the better team. Ian Book is a great quarterback, and I don't think Notre Dame loses this one. I've got Notre Dame winning this one pretty easily, 45-10 being the final score. Probably it's going to be 95% towards Notre Dame. So I am extremely confident that we see the Fighting Irish get the win here. I just think Notre Dame, once again, all around is just the better team. They've got so much talent. Ian Book is a great quarterback. They got Williams, who's probably going to run all over Syracuse this week. Once again, he's had nearly 1,000 yards of offense this season with 12 touchdowns. So he has had quite a season. And Ian Book is not much different. Over 2,000 passing yards so far this season for Ian Book, with 12 touchdowns and only 1 interception. So I don't really expect Notre Dame to really step up a lot. I think Notre Dame is going to get the win here pretty easily in the end, 45-10. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this game. Let me know your score predictions, all of that down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, pretty easy preview for this one. Obviously, Notre Dame is extremely favored here, and I don't see this game being much different. But let me know your thoughts once again in the comments below. Score predictions, all of that. I'd like to hear your thoughts. But then again, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. I'll see you all later.